Gosho kudasai wara no ao. It's TTSF time. Welcome, everyone, to Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. Oh, it's good to be back on the air. I don't even know where this energy came from. Just minutes ago, I was like very calmly sitting here. Yes, it's about time to begin. Let's prepare ourselves in our hearts and in our minds, and start looking at chat here. And hey, this is a Let's Try program for those of you who are new. My name's Ian Horner. I'm your navigator through tonight's Let's Trying. What does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to do a thing, and if it turns out great, if it doesn't, we learned something. Maybe aggressively learning through spite. That was our new motto before we actually broke for Desert Bus, which, oh boy, that was a hell of a desert bus. So yeah, today's Let's Try, though, is going to be a Gunpla. But it's not a Gunpla. I forget, oh god, I'm just going to scroll back here and see if I can find that person, because it was ironic to me as well. It wasn't Nergo, it was Nigoki, I think, who was saying that technically it's not, if it's not, I'm sorry, this is not Nigoki's voice, this is my own voice that I use when I'm explaining things to people. This is the voice I hear in my head when I'm being explained to, that's what it is. It's not Gunpla if it's not technically a Gundam, and I agree completely. This is, words have meaning, and we should not use words lightly, but Gunpla, yes. The gun stands for Gundam. The pla stands for plastic. Well, the pla stands for plamo, which is itself standing for plastic model. The point is, I feel confident that I can call it a Gunpla, because it is a Bandai product today, at least. But boy, yeah, pitching this thing here like it's a plastic model. What is it? A plastic model? It's a Gunpla. It's a robot. People like the Gunpla now. Where were we going with this? So yeah, Sevenger. Let's well, first off, Gunpla, that's a good one, 62 mg Cobra. Tonight's beverage is going to be a cinnamon brown ale from Russell Brewing. I've had a few of them. If you if you saw last night's game of Wingspan here on the Mighty Loading Ready Live, or if you've watched the VOD, you'll notice I had a cinnamon then as well, and this is the last one, and it's been pleasant. Oh god, pleasant so far, but we'll see how this one treats us. Quite well, I'm sure. Right, so yeah, it's just sparkling plastic model now, not from the god, what's the name of that town? I as a nerd, as a Gunpla nerd, I mean, I'm not a Gunpla nerd, but as a Gundam nerd, I should know the name of the town where the gunplaying takes place. Let's go to the big board, and by the big board, I mean the big cutting mat, and let's break it open and have a look at what's inside. Sevenger, for those of you not aware, is the giant robo. Giant robo. No, giant robo is a different thing. Several different things. The giant robot who started off as the first robot for the storage Earth Self-Defense Force in Ultraman Z. And Corey and I have often referred to it as our robot son, because he is perfect, he is beautiful, and he is amazing. I kind of wanted a figure of Sevenger ever since watching the show, but the this time I did due diligence. I didn't just go out and buy myself the SH Figuarts, whatever, and I realized, apparently the model does better in terms of posing than the figure does. So we're going to build the model. I would like to give it, a wash and maybe some dry brushing at some point, but ooh, this might be a fun one to do panel lines on. Delete those later on. But Corey has said he must remain perfect and pristine to begin with, so we're going to do that so far. Oh, was there a question? Princess Intel, yes, this is the Mondo Brian Lee O'Malley version of Battle Royale. It's one of our favorite posters. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the one that we actually have hanging up in our kitchen. That's why. Right, so let's crack this open here. I believe Sevenger did show up in a previous Ultraman series, but I can't remember which one it was off the top of my head here as well. Oh, so here's our stickers. I mean, those we'll definitely be using those on the eyes because there's some nice work on those. Instructions enclosed. Perfect. That's what I want more than anything right now. Sun would look good with great with some Gundam markers, probably. After dealing with the button for this year's Desert Bus, which was a replica of the Bene Gesserit pain box that I'd 3D printed, done a ton of finishing in terms of sanding, priming, and glazing of some edges. I feel a lot more confident in my painting now, so I mean, I might just skip right over the Gundam markers thing and go straight into, well, I'll probably still use markers for panel lining at least, but anything else. Huh. Yes, this is a potentially large amount of parts, and yet the instructions seem lacking in terms of what I'm used to these days coming from the Gunpla world specifically. But you know what? I don't think we need to worry too hard about this. And this, of course, is just our... so we'll have something to photograph our sun against. There we go. A nice little backdrop. We'll use that. Now just be careful what pants you choose, since this is the Mini Plus sub-brand and made of ABS instead of PS. Oh! Interesting. Okay. Well, I think, thankfully, this one is... It seems to state that it's nippers and glue not required. So we'll see how that goes. Draconite Streams asks, Ian, was the 4-second delay on the button due to the time to connect Wi-Fi? Yes, Draconite Streams, that's exactly the timing issue on that. The way the button worked this year, I wanted to minimize... So the on-screen ideas were that I wanted to minimize touching of the button. So it was an idea of no touching. You just put your hand in the box and you don't even have to touch the sensor. Unfortunately, people didn't really pick up, and I didn't communicate that well enough. And the sensor was also tuned so that you basically just had to touch it. So it was basically touching anyway. But the other issue was that I wanted to minimize battery usage this year as much as possible. And I just ran it off a set of 4 AA alkalines because the Wemos D1 was running in deep sleep mode most of the time. And the proximity detector was the only thing that was being powered full time. And so that once that proximity detector discovered tripped itself, then it fired the reset pin on the Wemos connected to Wi-Fi, and then it connected to Wi-Fi, sent the sequence, and then went back to sleep. And I thought that worked out pretty well, because I didn't have to change the batteries at all. But yeah, would be nice if we could have things set up a little quicker. Maybe next year. That'll be my priority. Different priorities for different years. We're going to start with the head, which is rare, I find, in giant robots. Usually, usually the person who forms the head is the last person. Wireless Rube Goldberg contraption or forwards, I never thought would go together. Yep, that's pretty much it. Kushinoki's got a really good idea. Yeah, I would definitely just bang a gigantic gong to get the music going. Currently mowing down some holiday apple caramel cheesecake. Oh yes, I understand that it's a thing right now in America. So I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thursday. And happy Thanksgiving to you in the American states. The states currently owned by America. That's how you say that. Yes. All right. Ooh, yeah. This is definitely different feeling plastic. It's got a. It's not as soft. I mean that's ABS down to it. But it's got a nice click to it. Yes, brownie points. Good point, as you say on MG. Learn the names of the people whose land you're on. That'll be the Lakwungan-speaking people of British Columbia. And yep, Juliamon has the link ready at hand, native-land.ca, which thankfully does not just extend to Canadian, present-day Canadian borders, but also a lot of areas of the world. So if you'd like to find out who was originally on your land, check those out. Right, let's begin our actual purpose of this program, which is making my son, constructing my son over the course of 2 hours. That's a tall order. Okay, so number one, we need A9. Is on runner A, and I've got my God hands ready, but I don't think we're going to use those today because I'm pretty sure that those are bad for ABS. If they're okay for ABS, someone let me know, but we'll go without today for the moment. A9, where are you here? Oh my lord. Oh no. We might not actually put the stickers in. Well, yeah, we could put them in because we can always take them off later. The reason being, I want to show... Okay, actually, I'm also very excited because we have the ability to control the zoom without me having to stand up anymore. There we go. Let's get right in there. Oh, yeah, look at that. So you can see right here, we've got the sleepy eyes, the angry eyes, and the X eyes, but they're paintable, and that definitely makes me want to do the work to get those actually painted up rather than just as a sticker. Oh God, what's going on with my tabs? Please let go. Let's go back to 1.6 zoom. There we go. Okay, now what I have to do is hook that up to... Okay, two things. Next thing I need to do is get a Stream Deck and then hook that up to some sort of Stream Deck. Where were we? 9. Front of face. Let's, yeah. Ooh, okay. Should be okay for ABS less than 3 millimeters in diameter. Well, that's most of this stuff here, so, for plastic only, well, it's only plastic. They don't seem to mention on the screen if there's 4 specific types. There we go. PS, PP, ABS, and PE are applicable. Reading the God Hands explains the God Hands. Information right here. There we go. Whee! Okay. Part 9. God Hands, don't fail me now. Which one is the... It's been so long since I've picked these up. Yes. And we'll go through and clean that up as well again. Here Canada's trying to speed run into then Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, no, we've got our own Thanksgiving, which is also equally culturally. My feelings on Canadian on most holidays are well known and accessible on one of our recent Rhythm Cafe streams. I will not be repeating them here. There we go. Oh my goodness, these are... Ooh, this plastic definitely likes to stress line. Not so bad there. Let's see how much we can... I mean, it also just might be the nature of this plastic too, but... Oh yeah, no, that's definitely just the nature of the plastic here. Let me see if I can... Actually, let's keep the twitch there. And even sounds smooth. It's a very smooth piece of tech, pixel art dragon. Okay, and if I put the window up there, then I can access the zoom in a way that is handy. go. Let's go to about there. Whoop. Then, yeah, so you can really see that the color and pigment in the casting process has definitely left a swirl of color in here. And that's one of the connection points there. Perfectly smooth, but I think because of the way the connection happened, it looks like it's got a really dark mark to it. Yeah, just the minute you go past that line, it just disappears. Many repairs going to be happening to Sevenger in future. I can think 1.6. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, we still have work to do. Where's part D here now? Yeah, I'm thinking ABS might just be not a fan for me either, but here we are. This was what was available. I asked the man on the internet which Sevenger model kit I should get, and he said this was the one. This is C. This is not D. This is D. Here we go. We're looking for D14. Boop, boop, boop. This is interior, so we don't need to be quite as exacting about our cuts. Right, that goes this way inside his head. Lefty-righty. Problem with mini pods, they try to fill them with shiny pigments and those can get very streaky. Correct, Nigoki. That's... Okay. 8, A8. So, set the, ugh. Runners everywhere. Okay, you know what, we'll cut the runner. Very gently. Please do not... Please send your complaints about my God hand technique to, I don't know, Jordan. Care of Card Kingdom, I think? Ooh, or Matt, yeah. Tell Matt about how I'm bad at using my God hands. There we go. There's one. Is this Lee Carvello's model kit? Wow. I'm surprised that there is no definitive Lee Carvello's putting challenge for the NES yet. Unless it is happening. In which case, ugh. I need to play that. Okay. Sevenger's head. Together at last. Check out that prominent and beautiful snout. And check out those mismatched things, mark lines. This is going to infuriate me until I just completely redo this. It'll be fine. If you really use the God hands wrong, they'll tell you on your own. Ooh. Good to know. Yeah, no, that's, oof. Well, good thing this will be viewed from afar. Because I don't think that's even something that could be sanded out very easily. Oh, well. Good. We finished part 1. Stage 1. Step 1. Wait, step 1 of 1. Yes, 1A. Into now 1B, with which we'll need to now construct an eye hole. Let's go over here. So we need A3, or some other variation of A there. Just very carefully nip those out. With extreme care. Good. Those seem... Yep, that's right on the line. Good. Okay, and A14 and 15. Right there, the lower of the rudders. Good. Good. So much of this kit is prop maker's haven for greebling. Square.cube. I actually really do want to do a Greeble stream. Doing Greebling on a cell phone back or something, but... But this is Sevenger. You can't use this for just random Greebling. He was made that way. Actually, he probably was. I would love to get behind the scenes on a lot of the robot suits that get made for Ultraman, etc. Okay, so that way, and then okay, good. So all the sprues point the same direction. Got it. Okay, and then that gets attached to the side of the face. Oh, that's good. That's good already. How much would it be to get a starter Gunpla other building kit? Princess Intel, if you live in the United States, I believe less than $10. There's currently the entry grade Gundam, RX-78 Gundam, the original. And it's gorgeous, and it goes together very easily. Yeah, they have them at Target, so it's super easy to get them too. Yeah, $7. They're next to nothing, and it's just a great way to see if you enjoy the act of building. It's super posable, super, and of course, like any Gunpla, you can go as far as you want with it in terms of painting and finishing, or you just do the assembly and have a nice little figure for your shelf. I have come to the opinion that I have to let people enjoy Gunpla without any knowledge of Gundam. If people ask me, what's a great way to get into Gunpla? My answer has always been, before that, the entry grades, which are, again, fantastic. It's always been just like, go to the model store and look at the robots, find the one that looks coolest to you and build it. Build yourself a cool robot. Yep. Ooh, Beyond Global. Haven't run into that one yet. Wow. Just the swirl of some of these some of these pigments is pretty wild. Okay, in there. Does other Plamo have cheap options like that? Yeah, I think so. Like if you're into cars and boats, I think there are several different levels of difficulty. I don't know if there are multiple different versions of starships for from the Star Trek stuff or in the Lego things, but Bandai's pretty good about making several different levels. But they are not the entire industry by a long shot. They just happen to be, in my mind, one of the best. Princess Intel, is Plamo a generic term? Yes, for Googling purposes, Plamo is the generic term, but if you're looking for techniques, Gunpla is kind of becoming the main word. Because it's Gunpla is what's really driving the popularity, I think, especially among streamers right now. But if you're looking for, yeah, I think that's really the answer. If you want the nerd discussion about these things at the deepest levels, you Google for Plamo. Generally, Gunpla is probably, or Model Kit, yeah, as Arclight Dynamo says, are going to get you the more generic or more accurate info. 18 on the A. Aha! Head and shoulders, knees and toes. We're now on to the shoulder portion of that. Let's get our God hands in there. Nice and close. Yeah, I honestly think that the word Gunpla is because it's the most relatable at this point, it's being photoshopped. Anything that's a robot and a plastic model is going to be thought of as Gunpla, no matter how hard we nerds yell at that. All right, we've got the head nicely together here. Look at that. Let's set that aside for the moment then. And move on to stage 2, which involves a lot of interior. Ah, yes, this is the posability element. Thank goodness. Okay, so we want D12 as the, I guess, the rotator cuffs. Whoop. Hello. For those who are not aware of how the God Hands work, they've got two separate... They're not like a normal nipper. Each of the blades has a distinct function. This one is a flat plane that you should rest against the area what will be cut. And this top blade here actually contains the cutting mechanism. The idea is that you want to keep the bottom steady and then bring the blade down into cut, and that will actually result in yet further a cleaner cut. Real Gamercow says they are anvil cutters. I was not aware of that that term until now. Slices instead of pinchings is brownie points. Correct. Oh no, are we getting into the Gunpla Theseus, which you could do technically with some of the amazing spare parts you can get for. Like, that's the thing. When I talk about going deep on these things, like, there are add-on kits for some of the higher end ones that include little etched brass circles that you can just push into the rocket nozzles to get a better look out of them, and all sorts of other things like that are all LED kits that are officially produced, and then those that are unofficially produced as well. How long till I kit bash a Gunpla? Arclight, possibly sooner than one thinks. I've the Katsuhisa Kondo style models, which are generally only available either as vintage resin models or as kit bashed creations, usually by mixing sizes of scale. So you'll get you'll start with a smaller scale, and then because Kondo loves his big thick skirts on robots, you'll use the like the leg thigh parts or the skirt parts from a larger scale Gundam, and get some really interesting looks out of those. But then I'm gonna have to get real handy with the Bondo, etc., because boy does that man love his Zimmerit on his mobile suits. D11 was the other one. That was it. D11. DE11. There we go. The only other thing you've ever heard about the Gunpla is how high the prices can be. Yeah, that's the way it is. It is exactly the same with all hobbies. It's how much money do you want to put into it? Uh-oh. Okay, good. It didn't pop in, and that was what I was a little bit worried about. Yeah, single-edged nippers are... I would highly recommend. They don't I have not used any outside of the God Hand, but I believe that such a nipper could exist and would still be good. Okay, I think we need to push these towards the inside edge here. Or do they want outside edge? I don't think it matters. Either way, we have created arms. Hurrah! Yeah, Keratin, it was the O was only about me not realizing that I guess the spine was all the way into its ball joint already. It's good now. It's good. Good solid joints too. I'm liking that. That's looking like it's going to be a boon to posability and holding said poses. Right. Put that aside because now we need front bit and A7 back bit. Let's continue on with our kato. I'm kato. Still don't love the sound that ABS makes. There we go. Okay, now I can get in there. I should really have my cheap nippers out too to deal with the runners, but to deal with the runners. Aha! I was worried about taking just a bit of the edge there. Well, let's see what happens when we file that down now. Seems fine and basically as visible as anything else. Hurrah! Okay, keep some of the garbage there. We have U2. Now we need A11. The chest piece. So I think that for those of you who are curious about this particular robot, I do believe that Tsuburaya's and the Ultraman official channel specifically have been re-uploading Ultraman Z to their channel for free in English with the subtitles. And I would recommend that show to everyone because boy, oh boy, was it probably some of my favorite viewing of 2020. These are all we need. This and the shoulder piece. Okay, spine side down. Good fit. Okay. Nice click together there. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. I might have to get a second one of these kits just to play around with. And then that goes in the little hole up here. Just clicks into place. It's got just a little dot there that I can probably take off with the knife. Well, all that did, it did get the plastic off, but it also just made the dark spot larger, so yay. All right. Yeah. Recently learned about nano glass files. They make nubs disappear. That sounds cool, Marcus. I need to check that out later. Right. Marginally surprised Ian is not wearing a Starfleet uniform. Draconite streams. God, that was way too much fun. If I'd told 15-year-old Ian that, hey, when you're in your early 40s, you're gonna go out and raise $1.2 million for charity and get to wear a Starfleet uniform for a week while doing that. How does that sound to you? So I feel extremely lucky. Thank you to everyone who contributed to watching Desert Bus, donating to Desert Bus, and chatting at Desert Bus. It was Ah, too soon. Ah! Okay. We've added his hat too soon, but we'll save that for later. All right. This goes aside, because now we need to, I guess, deal with his belt area, which is going to be a 10. Let's get that out of there. Right in here. That said, I'm very excited, or very happy to have a Starfleet uniform just in the closet for whenever I need it. Okay. Yeah, just gonna take that down a bit. There we go, that's smooth. The other side is also smooth. Good. I'm probably getting too much oil on these things too by handling them so much. Yeah, what are numbers indeed? Raconite streams. Tamily, thank you for that. That means a lot to hear. Even though I was but a small part of it, I know that everyone involved would feel the same way, because we put a lot of feeling into that event. Oh, wait, I don't need to worry about that one. That one doesn't get seen. Haha! Sloppy cuts for all. D2. You are now experiencing D2. And the C3 and the C4. Well, it's not often we get C4 out on the program, but we'll make an exception for you kids here today. Kushinoki, it was great to see Wiggins in the roundabout. In the runabout. He did a really good job putting together that set, honestly, in OBS for it. I was sad that not everyone could be involved in a Star Trek The Next Generation party, but when you've got a good idea, you need to go with it. I've hecked up. Wow, did I ever heck up on that one? Thank goodness this is mostly going to be invisible. Wow. Yeah, definitely need to trim some of these parts out here. In fact, I think I'm just going to use the blade on this one, because there's no clearance for the nippers to get in there. That's not working out the way I want it to either. Okay, let's nip out and then get close. There we go. Okay. Oh, Paranundrix, I need to look up the uniform handoff because I haven't actually seen that live. Okay, so let's try that here. Woo! Goodbye. And that side was where I gave it the... it really, really likes to lift. Let's see if we can get... Oh, no, we can't, because that's not flat either. Heck nabbit. Terrible! Terrible, I say! That was a clean cut, and then we can fingernail it down? Okay, that's good. That one came out. One side out of 4. Two sides out of 4. Great. 2 connection points out of 4 we did with a modicum of of okayness. Ah! That is so good. The Turn A Gundam instruction. Cows in mechs. Actually, Turn A is just fantastic, but... Alright, Dynamo, you're not wrong about that. The Lex vibes off the robot. I think it was the jumpsuit there. This cows go in the missile bay. Where else would you put your cows? I would have loved to have had Jacob on the USS Tucson, but that's okay. Yes, now I've got a starship I've served on, which is something I can put on the resume. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see here. So these two go roundy side down. Holes on that side. Thing on this side. Okay, I see how this goes. So that slots in there. The hole for the spine goes up top. You just click these together. Most of this is going to be hidden, so thank goodness. Oops. Put the belt buckle in the correct way, and we have a waist. Perfect. Next up, okay, there are stickers that go on here now. We said we were gonna do the stickers. Let's do the stickers at the end in case we want to. Maybe we'll see the USS Tucson sister ship, the USS Las Vegas, next year. I would be surprised if there are not already people who are thinking about how to put together a model version of the USS Tucson for next year's craft along. Right. So, aha. Oh, so much hidden. Yes. Oh, that's a really good adjustable waist. That's going to give a lot of flexibility there. I'm excited. Make Vegas a DS9 space analog. I mean, hey, it'd mean we get to buy new uniforms, right? I'm just not sure what the optics of a Cardassian space station as a... I mean, it fits for Las Vegas, though, doesn't it? Revan, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we need a 17 and 19. 17 and 19. 19, and then that must mean that this is 17. Good, because it's already fallen directly out. So we'll release 19 from its prison. $19 is on that side. There we go. And then that side. Flush. Cutting. Definitely cutting. Definitely cutting and not pulling at all. Where did you go? Excuse me a moment. I need to find a piece. Oh. Or sorry, I mean... Okay, this is unfortunate. Oops, can't move that. That's got the camera. Oh, there it is, thank God. Ooh, okay, there we go. Worried that was going to take a lot longer than it did. Let me be very clear. 17 and 19 get pushed together to form back rocket booster, which then gets put into the back of the big boy. That big boy is Sevenger. He's a very good, very big boy. He is, in fact, there are specs on here. He's, in fact, 55 meters big and 38,000 tons big. So that's how much. Goof Custom Crimson. I'm waiting for this image to load up because that is no Zaku, boy. No Zaku. Very nice. Where are we? 16 and 20 on the A runner. Yeah, you gotta level good goof. Honestly, I think if I were to kit bash, the ones that I'd want to do would be a Kondo Dom. Because love me the Doms. Or a Kondo double Zeta. Again, for those thick shoulders. Ooh, or a Kondo the O. Also good. Avas are 40 meters tall on paper, and understood they're very big for mechs. I mean, so Sevenger technically is not a mech. He would fall under a super robo, I think. Or, yeah, super robot. Which is generally larger than most mechs. You get that way when you're dealing with tokusatsu and kaiju generally. Oh, 40 millimeter height for Avas is wrong. The old TV Avas never had an official height. New movie Avas are 80 meters tall on top of the pylons. Cool. And when will I get Ultra Z? Oh, Ultraman Z X Super Robot Rs. Actually, Yomi-den, funny you should mention that. I believe that Ultraman Z is in Super Robot Wars X 30th anniversary? Or am I thinking of a different one a different thing that I like? Oh, it's the new Anime Ultra. Well, oops to that. They do look, like, honestly, the Anime Ultras look cool, but they're way too serious to be able to hang out with our boys from the Land of Light, to be honest. Where are we going here? D15 and D16. All right, we have now nozzles. Do not look directly at the nozzle. Do not address the nozzle. The nozzle is calibrating. I miss the Venture Brothers, and I'm glad that we're getting something to finish that story off. I mean, I guess until Netflix decides it's time that they need to reboot the Venture Brothers as a live-action series. Do not reboot the Venture Brothers as a live-action series. Actually, wait, maybe do. Ooh. It worked for the Tick, but it's not going to work for everyone. This is, yeah, these little nubs are a bit short. I would worry. Oh, wait, they go the other direction. Never mind. Never mind. All right, but we need C11, and it needs to be in a specific orientation. Ah, there you are, C11. Okay, and Kathal. That goes in between with, and it's important, they mention to have the little notch in the top of the box pointed up. Not sure if you can see that there. Yes, there we go. And this is I'm guessing, a one-time assembly operation. Ooh, maybe no, we can get that out. If we really want to, we can get that out. I didn't realize he had a lock in the back of his pants, or a keyhole rather. So that's cool. Brownie Points just discovered the Nobel Gundam. Welcome to, congratulations on being one of today's lucky 10,000 in that respect. That goes in here. That goes in here. And now we have the rockets. Rocket back. All right. Next up is step 4, in which we need B26 and B29. This is C. A new runner appears. Fairgrim, yeah, I'll meet you. G-Gundam's Best Gundam Fight Me? Yeah, I'll meet you at 4 Post after school. Turn A's got a few things to say. Or possibly honestly, the original still is tops to Ian. B26, B28. B26, B28. There we are. Boop. G-Gundam is the most form-fitting series. Yeah, it did have transformation sequences, which is, in and of itself, really rad. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike G-Gundam. I think G-Gundam is an amazing deviation and deconstruction of what Gundam is. Do I think it's the best Gundam or the most representative Gundam? Absolutely not. Is it the first Gundam you should watch? Probably not that either. Should you watch it? Should every Gundam fan watch G-Gundam? Absolutely. That I would not deny. Uh-oh. 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 Whew. D16 is what's gone. I was worried that we'd lost C16, which is what we need. Yes. You look like an arm bit. Necessary for motion. Okay, so these bits come up like this. And then this goes down. How do... Oh, okay. This actually, this little piece here gets put on the edge of the pin. There we go. Is it Gundam Igloo that was from Zaku point of view? That was one of the Gundams that was from a Zeon point of view. We've also got Thunderbolt, which at least jumps back and forth, which is really cool. Thunderbolt is definitely one of a good way of getting people into Gundam, in my opinion. And Wing on Two Man was many Americans intro into anime. Yep, definitely was. Sure was. C12 and C14. No glue required. Gundams are on Earth. Roger that. There we go. That's one. Yeah, to be clear, when I first joined my anime club, the Bonsai Anime Club Alberta, BACA, Gundam Wing was just showing there in sub form, ahead of when it would show up on the Toonami. And even then, I was not into Gundam at that time, and even then I didn't want to watch Gundam Wing. Aha! Oh, that's a satisfying little elbow joint there, wouldn't you say? Well, regardless, this seems like a really good time for us to take a short break. So I'm going to get up, swap my fluids around, stretch my legs. You should do the same here. And then we're going to get back to more of our Sevenger Gunpla build here on the Mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry will resume shortly. Don't go all the way away. Folks, we're back with more of Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry, where we are currently building our Sevenger, not Gunpla, but still Bandai plastic model of a giant robot. So might as well be a sparkling mobile suit. A lot of discussion in the chat there. It looks like about what to watch, and boy, I really wish I could recommend the movies anymore, but I think the series is you definitely gotta watch the series at least once, the original Gundam series, and that is. Planeswalker Gogo asked also before the break, what do I do with the models once I've completed building them? So a lot of the models that I've built live at the moon base because they get to be displayed there on the set, because they're not my favorites. There are a few ship-based figures on my shelf, and I do have a shelf of mobile suits slash ships. We're probably gonna have to split it off into ships and mobile suits pretty soon. But there are a number of model kits that I want to own and want to display and want to do well, and not all of the kits I think are display worthy. Some of them are fun to build, but not all display. The colony model that I did earlier in the year, and I'm looking at the shelf right now. I can barely see it because of the lights, but I know that the colony's on there. If I can remember from memory, going left to right, we've got a pre-made, pre-painted little figure model about that size. I think it's 1 to 2/44 scale of the Argama from Gundam Zeta, which is probably my favorite ship, period. There's also the Normandy in the similar scale there. There's Harlock's Arcadia that's also there. Then to the left of that, we've got the Colony, then Jetfire from a G1 Transformer Jetfire that my brother managed to get in a holiday, swap-a-gift circle thing, and he managed to steal that just near the end. And then finally, there's the Gundam fixed figuration of the GP03 Dendrobium. That's sort of a scaled-down version of the Dendrobium that just is kind of like a gigantic backpack rather than a whole-ass mobile armor. I've also got a Gundam fixed figuration of the Zeta that needs to go up there, but I need to... It's so fragile, I need to do some work on that to get it to stay together before it can be displayed. And the transformation is rough on that thing too. Right, Contingent Cat says the 711 one is that one that's at the moon base. No, that is one that I actually still have in a box here because I wanted to give it some form of finish in terms of decaling and top coating. At least. And actually, maybe I will go out to the local place and pick up a decal kit for that so that we can just kit it up with white base and caution stickers everywhere and then give it the top coat. And that will absolutely get added to the mobile suit shelf. And then again, our good friend Sevenger is going to be there. If I ever get a Nightingale kit, because apparently I'm fancy. I can't just enjoy the mobile suits from Char's Counterattack as they exist. No, I have to enjoy the suits from the novelization that existed before Char's Counterattack, called High Streamer. So, I like weird mobile suits. Right, where were we? We'd finished one elbow. We're now on to part 5, Elbow the Second. Rocky 5, Elbow the Second. We need C8 and C7. I recently read the manga, or the translation of the manga edition of Belchikora's Children. That's it, yes. Which was that was the novelization of Char's Counterattack that I was thinking of. And that was whew, that was a hell of a story. That bear says, yeah, I'm gonna be at a con and break down by the Nightingale, I'm sure of it. Pat, let me know if you do, let me know how it is. Although it seems like it's gonna be one of those kits that's gonna be not easy to get very quickly, just because of how rarely it's been depicted in plastic form so far. Dan says, I have been too busy thinking about robots and haven't actually made any progress on my hobby. So say we all. 7 and 8. That's... Oh, these... Oh, this is on the same arm. Oh, yes. Uh-oh. No, it's fine. Only one of them has the stick and one of them has the hole. Yes. Stick. Hole. This elbow... Folks, I was saying this is a good elbow before. This elbow keeps getting better, and I think I understand what people were talking about when the review said the joints on this version of the Sevenger are better for are better for posing, because I can see why here. Pat Bear, that's yeah, you are lucky. That is a handsome robot to the Hainu. Again, also one of those things, the Hainu being the high streamer version of the regular new Gundam from Char's Counterattack. Let's see here. B2 and B4. So the B, this is the B runner. B2 and B4. There we go. Just want to make sure we're getting the right ones. And I might bring home the Dendrobium Simple GP03 suit high grade that I made when I was living in Japan. God, there was a long period between my first Gunpla and anything that came after it. There we go. Princess Intel, that was the oh god, the entry grade. RX-78, available from Target if you are in the United States. Okay, those two, yep, that's it for here. Interesting. These just go together. Like chonko. And then... boop. Thusly, I guess? Okay. And then B22 and B21. Hand parts. B22. Boop. Boop. And B... oh! There's two sides of the same hand. Roger that. Okay. So I've been trying to sell that. Long-time Tinker Tailor Solder Fry viewers may remember that I did some repair on a plasma TV a while back. I recently decided to try selling that now that more and more people are getting vaccinated. But just got a someone came by to have a look at it today, and they decided that they are not going to go with a 50-inch plasma television. They decided to go with whatever their other option was, because it's lighter. They didn't deserve it anyway. Right. Yeah, Sean, never had. I had no idea that that Target sold Gundams, and I think that's great. What was I saying about that? And yeah, I think I saw you over at the in Desert Bus. Glad to see you there a couple times. Was it the GP03S? Says Dixon Cox. GP03. So it's not the pack, just the suit itself. Not the armor that what is piloted by the suit after the fact. Full arm. Congratulations, Sevenger. You can now make an fist. Oh yes, I decided to take a quick trip down memory lane to last year's Camden and Christmas, and I'm going to enjoy some of this Jameson. Given that we are sipping tonight and enjoying some Gunpla building. Oh wow. I forgot how good that was. 27 and 25. Yes. You're now doing the reverse arm. Oh, Sean, I hear you with regards to work. Don't ever feel obliged to check in on the streams. I don't think you do, but do keep yourself safe and good luck out there. Oh, brownie points. It's and shipping booze into Canada is a big issue. Our benefactor for previous Camden Christmases has also been feeling the issues about trying to get us interesting and good things, and with the lack of international travel, makes it also more difficult, to hump these things between the countries for shipping even within the country. So, but I look forward to somehow tasting your good Templeton rye sometime. Okay, these two go together, and we need another B17 to go in there as a B17. B17. There it is. Yep, today's Thursday. Sorry, I had to check for a second because time... Look, it's the first week after Desert Bus. Time has no meaning normally in the corn, and now it's even worse. Okay. Oh, geez. Yeah, I hope your test comes back negative too, Sean. I'm fully vaccinated in Canada, which means we're only at 2 at the moment, so I'm looking forward to the booster shots when they happen. But one of my big fears is getting any form of COVID, because I'm a millennial. The only enjoyment I have in life is via food and drink, and so if you take away my taste buds and my smell, it's going to be real bad. So, but hopefully we can all get through this safely. 15 and 13 on the C runner. C runner, A runner, C runner. 13 and 15. Oh, they can come back wrong too, says Songheim. Yeah, that's... I mean, as a... it's not even as a millennial. I'm a professional. I get up and I do cooking streams for the world. I'd hope I know what tastes good. There we go. Trying to find someone who has a bottled Glenlivet code so I can find out if it really does taste different per bottle. Oh my. Annex Media, that sounds very interesting. And Song, I'm so sorry about that with lychees. That's that's existential to think about. Yeah. Corey's looking at me with a face right now.
What about the lychees?
Sometime had a case of COVID and can no longer eat peanut butter, and apparently lychees no longer taste good as well. So it's yeah. Get vaxxed. Stay safe, please. Sean, that though, the nasal test making you feel good, I can get behind that because there's weirdness that can happen with people. And I feel like one of those people like, yeah, no, I might like the idea of getting the back of my brain touched. I don't know yet. But yeah, please, if you're not fully vaccinated, get fully vaccinated. If not, and if you don't want to get vaccinated, leave. If you can't get vaccinated, I'm so sorry. And if you have the opportunity for a booster, take it. And that's all we need to say about about vaccination here today. I need to figure out how much force I need to use to push this in. Oh, that's a good click. Okay. B1 and B3. Thank you, Songham. I'm hoping you're using professional the same way I'm using here as well, and that in the sense that I chef and have been paid money to do chef. Not that I'm any good at it. Yeah, no, that was something that was taught to be my high school band teacher when we were doing our first gig as our little jazz trio. Like, well, now that you've done a gig, now that you've been paid, you can call yourselves professional musicians. Really? And then you think more about what the word professional means, to do something as a profession, and then you realize, oh yes, we've been conflating words to mean skilled versus just done a lot. Emily says you don't have to be good to be paid for it. Thinking about the kitchen fire. Paper fire. See, now we're getting out of hand here. That was simply a little bit of parchment paper catching fire, which is different from a grease or food fire or an oven fire, or God forbid, moving out from that, a kitchen fire. Let's be very clear with our words. What was on fire was just the paper for now. For now. Is it a warning or is it a threat? Who can say with Ian? Did I miss something here? No, I didn't. Nope, I'm on the next page. That's right. That goes in there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Aha! C5 and C6. That's what I'm missing. Draconite Streams says, once you know the word, what the word professionally actually means, hearing how people constantly misuse it is like nails on a chalkboard, at least for me. That is, I feel that in my soul right now these days. And it's made me try not to think, or try not to overthink meanings of other words in that context and how they get misused because, oh, it hurts. Yep, almost dropped. C5. C6 comes out nicely. Other words are available. Thank you, Arclight. Has a legal meaning too. Oh God, which you'd had to deal with. My apologies for that. Or my condolences, not apologies. I hope I was not involved in you having to deal with the professional use, or with a professional use of the word professional. But yeah, no, I am well aware of what I do and the risks of what I do on stream. And like, there's a reason when I moved into this place that we are currently in right now, I purchased a brand new fire extinguisher to put directly next to our open door, because that was my favorite part about the previous condo I was living in, was that just outside of my door was not just the connection point for the fire department's hose, but also a fire extinguisher in there. So it was just really good peace of mind to know, like, there is always fire protection there. And I know where it is. Do you know where your fire protection is? Should you? Oh no. Too much professionalism going on in the chat right now. Selling Halon has never dropped a property's value. Annex Media, good God, if Lur ever does move, by God, will I demand a proper Halon covering. Okay, that looks like it's another note, almost another hand. What we need still is Sevenger's side fist, which is B20 and B19. Those are right there. Perfect. Full kitchen. Oh, absolutely. Like, full kitchen's right at the top. I would love to have a studio to kitchen from. I'd probably do a lot. Actually, to be honest, I'd probably do a lot more cooking streams then. All right. Get your hand in there. Get it clicked in. There we go. Sorry, we have a fruit fly problem. We have a fruit fly problem that I'm very slowly and methodically dealing with. B19. Those are two arms that we have now constructed for our tiny son. And I'd worked at IT for big mainframe in Canada, revenue agency during the 1890s. The Halon system, those were no joke. I believe it. I'm impressed that we haven't flipped the page yet, but we're about to do so. So we need C1. This is C and C9. Be aware that these are on an angle. Click. Diagram, the circumstances seem suboptimal, but I like the idea of having a personal fire extinguisher under the desk. Okay, that needs to go on C1 side, and then C9. Here we go. So I'm trying to cut and also read chat, which is an interesting one. Oh yes, Draconite streams. I have been well aware of the engineer versus software engineer issue, specifically in Canada. I've been following it. I saw it recently, most recently, show up on Hacker News a couple months back, and it's. Oh, as someone who started out in the engineering program, no, stop it, stop engineering, software developers. You had a term. You don't also need to be engineers. I'm And I'm actually also of two minds with regards to that. D5 is what we need right now, because I love ritual and tradition and whatnot, and grand and professional, not professionalism, but grand titles bestowed upon people for adequate work and its recognition of achievement, which is why I love the whole engineering ring tradition in Canada, and it's almost like a knighthooding in that sense. But boy, is it gatekeepy and kind of less important than what's, yeah. Yeah, Argolite says is unless you've gone through the engineer's ritual, you ain't an engineer. That thing is a reason is to teach engineers not to do shoddy work that kills people. And that's what I like, that, because it's part of taking a responsibility and a moral code in your profession. And that is the heart of professionalism. And oh yeah, no, don't doctors versus non-medical doctors. I think we need a better word for medical doctors in that sense, especially because of the inherent knowledge the nurse. Look, the entire medical profession needs a revamping, I think, in the current world. But I think more professions should have an ethical code and background behind them, and that absolutely includes software developers, but also people like myself who just work on. I mean, streamers should absolutely have a code of ethics for their profession, as well as like just book designers is what I was going to say. Like page layout, those people need to consider the readability and the accessibility of their work. Everyone needs to do that. So yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, tilted out that naturopaths can call themselves doctors in Ontario. Exactly, Arclight. That's but I do think that a person who has reached, I think that a person who has defended a thesis in front of a group of their peers should be able to confer themselves, should have a title that they can use for themselves to confer that status. We should not get bent out of shape as to what sort of politeness to bestow upon them, but they should be recognized for their work and their contribution to the craft and to the greater knowledge of humankind. And I like the word doctor for that as a prefix. And that's where I will land. I'm sorry, Droseth. Yes, thesis is master's degree. Dissertation is a doctoral degree. Unfortunately, we don't have many doctorates in the comedic or let's trying arts. In fact, the very concept of let's trying, while not antithetical to the academic spirit, is certainly incomplete, shall we say. B29 and B30. Top two here. Oh, it's university dependent, says Judred. I don't specifically, sorry to be clear, thesis versus dissertation. I mean, yeah, if we can't even get all academic bodies on board, then what is even the point? Anyway, if you do good work, and if you work hard enough and long enough that you can be considered to be a master in your craft, you should be recognized for it. But just because you do something for a living doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at it. Okay. Now, when astronomers like to call themselves astrophysicists, that's different. I mean, well, is it? Actually, that's a very good point, too. I would say, no one's asking me, so I probably shouldn't even say, but I'd say if you are observing the natural processes and movements of stellar bodies? Is that not simply an examination of Newtonian physics, and therefore does that not make you an astrophysicist by definition? Oh, yeah, can we talk about how ridiculous the 60 to 80 plus hour work weeks are, 24-hour shifts? Yes, how Juderit, we absolutely should be talking more about that as well. Yeah, we don't need to make Tinker Tailor Solder Fry the second most revolutionary program on the Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. B11 and B12. We need some forearm help here. Those are both also on the top. What is up, chat? If you're just joining us, we are currently building a plastic model, or a plamo, or Gunpla, if you're so inclined, of Sevenger, the heroic mobile, not a mobile suit, but a giant robot, piloted by Storage, from the 2020 hit show, Ultraman Z, bracket Z. I love that. Every time that they tweet out any information about Ultraman Z from the account, they recently, at least in the past year, have had to add bracket or quotation ZETT to make sure that people understand that this is not the American pronunciation. It's not Ultraman Z. It is Ultraman Z, but it's a mistransliteration. It should be Z, but that would be Zeddo, which is weird. So Zet, I honestly don't understand how they settled on Zet as their transliteration for Ultraman Z. Boy, oh boy. You know, what we should instead do is really just classify healthcare as a basic human right and allow it to be funded by governments as such, and therefore unassailable, and given the same sort of budget as, I don't know, $3 trillion over the next 5 years, was it, I guess? Anyway, that's my solution. Housing, what is it? Housing, healthcare, access to information, and food. Yes, those are the 4 pillars of fully automated luxury communism that need to be enshrined as human rights across the board. Where are we at here? D3. Bloop. And bloop. Right there. Get me that wrist action. Wait a minute, that's not a wrist. Oh my god, these are the thick thighs of Sevenger. Yes! Oh, good, good. God, I kind of want to buy a second kit. No, what I need to do is buy one of those entry grades, use that to learn how to delete panel lines, and then delete the panel lines on my good boy. Although it's also a gigantic rubber suit, like literally actually a rubber suit in the TV show, so maybe we should just make it look like a rubber suit. Princess Intel, this... Look at the robot's eyes. It goes from dead eyes to angry eyes to sleepy eyes. It's beautiful. It's my favorite tokusatsu robot. Right. Oh, we need to make a foot for it now, which means a B18. Where are we at here? B18. B18. Oh, okay. Actually, I gotta go. I didn't want to get back into the healthcare thing, but Dixon Cox says, can't believe we let this happen in Canada. Yeah, that, can't believe that dental is not a basic part of healthcare. Anyway, that's it. That's it. B18, then B5 and B6. I've already got one of these foot pieces that it calls for right there out. And that is B9. Okay, good to know. B6 is still in there. Clip out the 18. Thank you, Arclight. I appreciate that. I just need to know I need to keep it in check because this is not that program. Other programs could possibly be available. It's a short program, though. So here's a question I've got for the chat, actually. Have any of y'all seen the Cowboy Bebop live action series, and do you have thoughts on it? Because I'm not good. Siri, you don't need to be involved right now. I have thoughts, but I'd like to hear what other people have said because it's still 2020. It's still 2020. I live in a bubble, and social media is not a good place to get opinions that are, I would say, widespread yet. Merck says, I haven't seen the original yet. Please get on that, Merrick. The original is one of the most amazing pieces of artwork that's been put into serial television storytelling. Not Keener Ambulance is now Ian's going into the danger zone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I could make this easy on myself. Oh, wow. This just snaps in there? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like pieces that just snap in there like that, but that seems like okay. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to give myself a second here and actually just look at here. Haven't seen it. Ian's entering the danger zone. It's a good try, the Maricat says. Amazing dub 2. Okay. Oh, I assume Princess Intel you're talking about the original TV series or the original anime being a really hoping something all live action anime was up to Kenshin's live action movies. Lurker Spine, yeah, the Kenshin movies and the Prince of Tennis movies were really good, and I also used Speed Racer to show off the show. Shiny Mucklord says, I enjoyed it. I agree. It's fine. Okay. It's not my thing. That's all I'm going to say on the on that topic. I think that it really. Let's preface this all with the case of like what you like, enjoy what you're enjoying, and don't let me tell you otherwise. But I file it under the. I did watch the first episode, and we decided not to watch any further episodes after that. I wanted to watch with the Japanese dub because I'd seen a couple of trailers with the Japanese dub, and they used the original voice actors from the original Cowboy Bebop, and it felt actually a lot better to me. than previous trailers with the American or with the English voice actor, or it's the English voice actors, the English actors. Yeah, I was gonna watch the dub and couldn't find it for the life of me. And yeah, it hit weird. So just gonna let it be out there and let it. Much like the litany against fear, this is, I guess, the litany against live-action adaptations of anime, is to let it wash over me and through me, and then when it is gone, I will look back upon the path that the live-action adaptation had taken, and only I will remain. Yeah, Wachowski's Speed Racer is so good for so many reasons. Oh wait, did I get messed around here? D6. There we go, that's the one we want. I mean, Draconite, Cowboy Bebop's English dub being good is not a hot take. I think that's the accepted wisdom. I just can't stand any dubs. I feel honestly like if I'm watching an English dub, I feel like I'm missing out because I don't get to hear what the actor, the original actor, under the direction of the director, said was their emotional response and reading of a line. And so it always makes me wonder what's on the table or not. Nigoki says, I will die on the hill that Wachowski Speed Racer is a perfect 80s family movie, and when, if you take it back in time to the actual 80s, it would destroy the box office. God, it would completely ruin movies. I mean, not ruin movies, but just, it would dominate. You're exactly right. That film is such a love letter to animation. Yeah, it is a love letter to animation. It gets what Speed Racer was, and more importantly, what the feeling of watching Speed Racer was. I think that's the difference. Is are you trying to replicate the shots? Are you trying to replicate the feel of the original? Not the feel of the original, but are you trying to replicate what happened in camera on the original? Or are you trying to replicate the feeling of watching it? And I think that's where Speed Racer actually gets it. Because you could absolutely watch Speed Racer and say, oh yeah, Speed runs for a very long time until he gets to his car, and then he gets in his car and he drives away and the camera stays there. And you think like, well, hold on a second, what's actually going on? The important thing is not that Speed Racer is running for 45 seconds. The important thing is that Speed Racer is running for 45 seconds and you're seeing that background repeat 3 or 4 times through motion blur. Oh, God, and Loudjudred drops the semiconductor shortage on us. Like a new topic. Oh my God. Yeah, that is real and really problematic right now. Like, what was there was something I was recently looking at where oh yeah, it was the Playdate. The new console coming from our good friends over at Panic Incorporated D4. And they actually, in order to maintain their ability to ship all their consoles in early 2022 or late 2021, had to swap CPUs midstream, and they somehow managed to pull it off. That everything is fine, and everyone who was promised an play date will get said play date. Did I miss a piece here? No, I did not. Good. That's right. We still need B14 and B13 for the thigh portion. But I'm especially excited about the Playdate, not just for the fact that it's going to be a fun little game, handheld game console, a great little desk accessory toy and pen holder, let's be honest. But also, I intend to make an end game for that at some point. Maybe we can make that part of TTSF here as well, but their dev kit for non-dev seems really kind of cool. And yeah, crank. Give me that crank. All right. Can I use the crank? Well, here's the problem. I want to make a... It's a chess-based game. That's all I'm going to say for right now, but... Oh no, I think I might have... No. Yep, that's the wrong way. There we go. Knee comes out like that. Whew, worried there for a second. In before hurdy-gurdy. Our Arclight hurdy-gurdy rhythm game sounds really good. But yeah, looking forward to also downloading a bunch of weird homebrew Lords Arena. Right, B17 for that ankle. That super hinky ankle. I am... Oof. So let me show that off here when we get that out of the gate. We also need the actual B8 foot and the B9 foot bottom. Foot. Yeah. Get foot bottom. And up the side. All right. So yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's use the zoom. All right. So you can see here. This is the foot, and it's just got that little those tiny round nubs out there, which will absolutely not wear out ever. I guarantee you. And that connects to this piece here, which then has the ball joint, and then side. Like, I love the side ball joint for really good posability, but this into here seems like I'm already. Oh yes, sorry, I've been not looking at the chat. Arclight is correct. Yes, I do currently have a printer in hand. Actually, I think Alex is currently in possession of the 3D printer that that was sent in by a generous fan. Another private investor has given me a Wanhao D4 printer, which was what I used to do the button this year, and that was it's a really good printer. Let's be honest. That said, I've got a plenty of backlog in terms of what I need to get printed 3D wise for future things. D4. Oh no. Oh no! I put the ball joint in the wrong side. Aha! Oh, thank God. I was able to get that out without too much of an issue. In you go. There you go. Ah, we've got 2 legs for the Sevenger. Right. Planeswalker Go asks, what happens to the button after Desert Bus? Generally, well, not generally. because it's happened for the last... ever since I've been involved. The button actually gets thrown in the mystery box. And so whomever gets the mystery box gets the production button. Let's see here. D7 is what we need next. We're running out of D. Which is an odd problem to have, but never mind. All right, and this goes in this one. And it is important that it go in one direction or the other. And it looks like it's got to go this way. Okay, first off, that's got to go that way. All right, let's do D8 because that one is more clear about which direction it's got to go. All right. Take it. Thighs to the inside and back. That's the key. So you want the hip joint to go backwards like that. Okay, and it's in there. Nope. Oh, that's ew. I don't like it when a ball joint like that just goes in softly. It's like ew. Okay, step 11. Step 12. Let's get D1, which is here on our D list. So the final D sprue. I'm happy to always knock out a sprue. Burger Spine says I'm building an RX-78HG while watching, and I must say, dark gray is my nemesis. So hard not to stress mark. Ooh, yeah, I mean, get thee to some ABS where it sucks. And then we need A21 and A22. Oh, come on. Bandai. Why you gotta go and stick your copyright information on my boy's belt line like that? Come on, stick it on the inside. Hide it. Hide your shame. Clip. And clip. And clip. Ooh, that came out nicely. Yeah, it's an unpleasantly conspicuous spot. And not at all auspicious. And clip. Go. Yeah, the ABS has been impossible to not stress mark in any way. Okay, this is the complicated one. So we need to get the spine in there. And then on the other side. Oh, what? What? So one leg. Aha! So we do need to twist them around. This guy needs to be forward because the legs attach down through this this pelvic bone, I want to say. Pelvic sprue. You're gonna push it in. And then this leg comes out from here from the opposite direction. There we go. That's our boy. And clink, clank. Connect your inseam, Sevenger. Oh, I'm so happy here. Okay. All right. Wow, look at that. Look at that stance. And it's stable. Funky, right? Okay, so that's 12. Friends, I think we're about to Sevenger here. In which case, I'm just going to get some of our stickers on because we don't need to. As I said, we'll probably swap them out for paint. But the eyes are important. The eyes communicate life. And our boy is about to be born. Oh, come on. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, those actually look pretty good. TBH. Okay, let's get eyeball number 2. Human says, meanwhile, I'm half to be done through the first torso step on the Sasabi. I can admit that that's probably a very different kit. Oh, there we go. Get that smoothed in. And friends. Let's get that on there. That hip base. These arms. Oh, wait, what? Get these actually on the. Oh, come on. This is going to be the worst. Getting these arms on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to actually use the power of wood. Oh, wait. I think that's in. That's in. That's one arm down. Okay, let's add a little bit of blocker behind there. And then this. Whoop. Get that out of there. That's it. Arms are in place in a lovely, oh, so good. This is extremely posable. Oh no. But it pops right back in. Oh, yes. Welcome, Raiders from Murph, by the way, as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're about to cap things off here. But friends, Sevenger lives. Sevenger stands. Sevenger can punch. Oh, no. Sevenger actually can kick. Look at this guy. Oh, this is good balance on that robot. Like, that is, he was well bent over. I am excited. Well done. Well done, me. And well done, you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here for Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry as we put together my robot son, who is now named Sevenger, and I love him, and he's perfect. He's going directly on our shelves, and I don't even know if I do anything more done with him. What do we got to say here? We have more showing up on the Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. You can find out what's going to show up at loadingreadyrun.com/live, which I've loaded right now myself. That will give you a full schedule of our things. Coming up on Friday, we've got Play It Forward in the morning from 9:30 a.m. Kathleen is continuing on with Shin Megami Tensei 5. Then Checkpoint Plus returns at 2 p.m. And then, of course, the Friday night paper fight at 5 p.m. They're going to be doing an draft, I believe. But that's all I know about that. What else do we want to do here? Yeah, the full scripted checkpoint recently went up, so you can check that out over at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. You can also check out our streams over at youtube.com/loadingreadylive. Orasaku. Oh, cool. Hobby Japan magazine. Right. Rhythm Cafe is coming this weekend. I'll be playing Bullets per Minute on Sunday, and that's going to be a fun time. I look forward to that. But want to thank those of you specifically who have chosen to give us your subs and bits here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun for your generosity. By the way, also, should you want to, you can check out patreon.com/loadingreadyrun and drop some bucks there, because that's what helps us keep all of our lights on, etc., etc. Let's thank Hokutari, who subscribed for 62 months. Thank you so much for your continued support. Wedge has subscribed for 20 months. Thank you for continuing to support the channel as well, Wedge. Always good to see you. Arclight Dynamo, always good to see you as well, for 48 months. Thank you for your continued support. Puritan has been back for the full year, actual, literal year, normal year. Crap loads of coffee. Sure, why not? I enjoy coffee. Richards has been here for 98 months with a let's try. Thank you, Richards, for those 98 months. Sierra says drink water has subscribed for 19 months. Hello, I hope you're doing well tonight. I am. I hope you're doing well as well. 3 4/5 has cheered us with some bits. Thank you for those as well. Yomi Dan for 52 months. That's 1 year in weeks. Sevenger is my favorite and the best. I'm going to work on this MG Suzabi version Ka. Ooh, I forgot it was a version Ka in accompaniment. Good luck with that further. Catherine, pretty great for 70 months. This one feels less nice. It's still nice. They're all nice, Catherine. Cranston Snored for 46 months. Thank you for your continued support. McSims coming in with a half year. Thank you for continuing to stick around. Acro Monk for 61 months. Thank you for your continued support, as well as to Railroad Tycoon 2 for 59 months of subscriptions. Plains Walk a Go-Go subscribed for 25 full months. I recently got my hands on a goof recently. Any tips? Don't go up against the Gundam. It might end up, I think that's the one where you get your arm chopped off. Don't quote me. Watch your wife. Jovenius Maximus subscribed for 48 months. Sorry, your wife will probably die after you die in the goof from the Gundam. Watch the original Gundam series. It's really good. Jovenius Maximus for 48 months. Art, thank you. Ryu Imora for 32 months. Thank you for your continued support. Always love those powers of two. H-Bomb and Friends for 56 months. Thank you for your continued support. And Burger Terra for 59 months, saying a simple hi, hello to you. And hello to all of you, and thank you once again for joining us for Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry. Thanks for coming back after the Desert Bus break. We're going to put these God Hands away until the next model building. But thank you once again for hanging out. And as we say, from now on, ever forward, learning out of spite. Have a good night, and we will see you in the morning for Shin Megami Tensei. Or B or 2. It's 5.